squirrel, just feel free to let me go. Um,
Absolutely.
oh, if I squirrel too much, let me know though, because that does happen.
Absolutely. I got you. I got you. I'm just here for moral support.
Okay. So, I grew up on the East Coast in Maryland, and I had an older brother, younger sister, and I was the middle child. But the problem child from another planet, it seemed. Which, like, looking back, it just. How am I the only one in my life that questioned this? How. Like, they didn't care to find out. They just wanted me to pretend to be normal. Like, why? Like, no psychiatrist until I was 24, and I didn't get a formal diagnosis until now. Like, anyways. So I was a problem child, always just ragged on for the squirrel moments and punished for the squirrel moments, and I learned to reject them my whole life. So I learned to. My parents taught me to hate myself, essentially. And I did very well. Because whenever I would get going on sobriety, I'd have a squirrel day or just something would discourage me. And like I've lost jobs because I just had a relapse where I felt like, well, I still don't belong here. Is this the rest of my life? Like, is what I need to pretend to be normal and just not even express myself? Like, I'm supposed to sit there and take it and be happy? Like, what? So, yeah, just always punished. And my parents, like, they didn't stop at just, like, spoons. Like, it was larger. But, I guess, there was physical, emotional, and financial trauma in my past. Financial, not until I had finances, of course, but emotional and physical, like until I got too big for them to beat me, essentially. Oh yeah, as soon as I was able to fight back, oh yeah, yep. So at least I stood up for myself there, but then it was already ingrained. Their work was already done. I had already started disliking myself as much as they disliked me. And that's what it felt like my whole life. My parents just don't like me. No explanation. It's just, your brain's wrong. You're dumb. Shut up. So I graduate high school. And the thing is, I would get punished for bad grades. But that's just because I hate homework. Like, I could pick up anything that I was interested in. Like, all my nerdy stuff, I know, like, everything about them. Because that's awesome to me. If I'm interested in it, I can just go do it. And I'll spend a day, like, a full day just watching Lord of the Rings, like, lore. And about the Dark Lord Morgoth. And, Sauron.
Cool. Did you hear the phrase, oh, he could do so well if he'd only apply himself?
Exactly. Yes.
That was
all the time.
Childhood. Yep.
Yeah, he's just lazy. It's like, no, this is just stupid. I want to do other stuff.
This has no relevance and you're bored.
Yeah. Like English classes in high school, you pander to whatever teacher you have.
Right.
You say whatever they want to say, because if you say what you want to say and she disagrees, bad grade. You're bad at English because you can't pander well, or you don't want to. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, it's so frustrating. But anyways, like even sports, I was just able to do it. Marching band, I was in the pit with like 4 mallets on the marimba. Always, like, I've always been musical. I can just take an instrument and play it. Like, it won't sound good at first, but give me a day. It'll sound decent. Ah, somebody's walking by. And then even, like, I still have this. I'll cover my, like, government name but I set a state record in 2009. Like, I was capable when I was interested. And I was interested until I did anything my parents wanted me to do. It's like, oh no, go to college. Like, okay, college. Like, I went to college, I picked computer science, or computer engineering, learned I hated hardware really quickly, but didn't change my major until senior year, and still graduated on time. But, like, and then I got a minor in math, and GPA was crap, but I knew it. I learned all the stuff. And then I got out, and it seemed like anytime I put myself on paper, nobody would respect my job application. Like, I have a comp sci degree. You said this would work. You said this would get me a job. Okay, where is it? Can you find it for me? Because I've been looking. And then, so I find a job at UND for this, like, library association, which is it was probably the nail in the coffin. And that's just a phrase. I don't know what words you're not supposed to use on here. But it was like, I could not care less about what I was doing day to day. And it drained me. It burnt me out to the point where I didn't even feel like being creative anymore. I didn't feel like taking care of myself. I had lost interest in everything. And this is I graduated college in 2013. Like, I tried to come back because, like, I worked for the university. I was there for 4 years until I got fired. Because of the substance use. But during that time there, I got my MBA just because I got free classes at college. Like, it didn't matter if they're graduate or anything. So I like business, let's do that. But what I realized about business is I liked marketing, and I liked accounting, I liked numbers, because they just make sense. Nobody can misinterpret numbers. It's right or wrong. People, I've been wrong so many times. Like, I don't care to be wrong anymore. And that's another thing I was thinking, like, a certain person, I guess it's gonna happen again, but whenever I hear, like, a commanding dad voice or whatever, that you go right back to my trauma, just instant block. I'm done. Because if you're willing to use that voice on me once, what's gonna stop you the next time? So, and I don't care to fight with anybody. It's just like, you're not my people. And you showed me that. I don't hold ill will. It's just, you aren't bettering me as a person, so I think we should just not talk. Like, that's how I feel about the whole, like, situation. I still don't hate him. And I'm talking just because it's kind of, they're private. I don't like to put private things on live. There's that. Anyways, so I get my MBA, but after that, I just couldn't find another goal for myself, because it was just like, you just work your career and then you do that. That's what you do the rest of your life until you retire and hope you have enough money. And I burnt out. I started drinking more to the point where I got fired, or I had a DUI, and I was actually driving the wrong way on a highway. Like, nobody's hurt. I've never hit another person. Never. Unless, like, I was a kid or something. I don't know. Like, you get in little fist fights when you're a child, but that's it. But, like, I've never victimized anybody. Like, I almost did. I'm thankful that I did not. Because that DUI... How? I don't know how. So, but that was in 2016. I got fired from my job in 2017 because I still didn't have a goal even after the DUI, because alcohol was just still my safe place. And thank you for the squishies, or I think that was Jackie. Really delayed, but yeah, I just didn't set a goal for myself ever, because I didn't know what goal to set. Like, high school, you graduate. College, you graduate. Well, what the hell do I do now? And so I was I had a really awesome girlfriend through the DUI, or, well, awesome in ways. I realized afterwards how there were certain manipulations on both sides that were unhealthy for relationships. But it was a very her relationship, and that's been all of my relationships. It's whatever they want. Like, I don't really fight, because I almost just gave them the benefit of the doubt. Like, I wanted to believe that they wanted my best interest, so much so that I gave up my own. And that's just, I mean, people pleaser. I was taught to be a people pleaser because I think my mom is a narcissist. She has to have her way in every situation, and it's like, she'll tell me what I can and can't say. Like, fuck that. I'll say what I fucking want. And I won't be cursing a lot more. That was for comedic effect. But that's it. It's like, so many people come up with these rules for their life that make no sense when you think about it logically. Like, the purity culture and stuff, it's like, why are you telling other people to just tell them what it is so that they know that they don't want to do it? If you hide it from them, it's this mysterious taboo thing. My mom hid alcohol from me. Didn't even tell me what, like, alcoholism was really like, or growing up with an alcoholic, or any of that stuff. Just that it was real bad. Like, there was no empathy. It was all shame. It was all shame and guilt that I was taught. And I think that might be why it skips a generation. I appreciate you, Emma. Well, that's what's it. Like, you know, I can have a stumble like I did this past week, but I just want friends. Like, the part about business that I like I don't want to be rich. Who wants a yacht? It seems like a pain in the ass. I have to go take care of this big boat now? What do I want? Another chore? I just want enough for my cat and me to live comfortably and just have my own hidey hole, because the world sucks. And that's, I guess, I don't know. That's kind of what I want on here. And then, well, trust me, I wasn't, or I guess I am still here, but like, it just feels like I was so stagnant. And that's what sucks about it. That's what sucks about it the most. Like, when you stop moving. Oh, Lady J! Hey! Well, actually, you asked me yesterday, or you said yesterday you wanted to hear my story. Well, welcome! Yeah, it's, I guess I've put faces to all the names that I see. So, and that's another thing. I was too much of an empath when I came into this app. I was too much of an empath because I think the reason of this last relapse is I almost empathized with other people on the app too much. I stopped going live myself, and then I ended up right where I used to be, even though I have TikTok now. But, like, honestly, from 2017, like, I went to Hawaii. Like, my girlfriend got a position in Hawaii, so I was like, oh, yeah, new place, new exciting place. I'll get to live there for however long, and it ended up being a year. But I drank the whole time. Like, she ended up picking, like, instead of picking the job that she could where she'd be home every night. Oh, hi Angie. How are you doing? Oh, and hey, Tackle Box. Appreciate you. Yeah, my ex, instead of picking the job that she could come home and we could just be in Hawaii together, she picks a job where she's gone Monday through Thursday night. I learned, oh, hi, Mika. Hi. I learned to use alcohol as like this fast forward button for when I was unhappy. So what do you think I was doing Monday through Thursday? I'd sober up for the weekends and then just fall right back into it. Because, oh, no. Well, that's another thing. I was thinking about, like, getting the highlights and just, oh, it's just a remix. Okay. I thought it was, like, two songs playing over each other. Oh, no. Not a bad friend. I just posted it, and I think I'll just try to post the highlights if you are interested in seeing the full version. But yeah, it was Monday through Thursday. I'd just drink every single day. And then it started being obvious because my hangovers would last the entire weekend. Like, oh, thank you. I appreciate the heart me's. Thanks for joining the team. But, yeah, I'd spend half my time drinking, half my time sobering up in Hawaii. It wasn't very fun. And then at the end, like, obviously I hadn't been able to find a job, and that's another thing. Hawaii, it was the same story as before. Like, I could do anything I wanted. And, oh, thank you for gifting Brandy. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's nicely taking time out of her day just to kind of keep me on track, and I just felt safer with her in the box. So thank you.
Thank you guys. I'm just here for, like I said, emotional support and to keep him on track and questions and stuff.
Okay, good luck, Lady J. Sorry to hear that. I'll check in with you later. Hope everything goes well from here on out. Yeah, I appreciate you. I could see myself in your personality. Like, it just somebody that's been rejected and is just so tired. Because I'm 31, I shouldn't be. I feel like I have I feel like I have like 10 years left. That's how exhausted I am. Whew. That was...
You okay?
That got me. I got myself there. I got myself in the feels. But that's it. Like, all the rejection, because she left me, and then I didn't have a reason to sober up for the weekends. So I drank for 2 weeks straight, didn't eat anything, and ended up with I was in an Airbnb. I had to I don't even know how I made it to the hospital. I think they carried me. But I was convulsing. And tell me what kind of person would drink again after going through that? I wasn't helping myself find a safe place, because that's what it is. Sometimes you need to help yourself. But I didn't have any teammates. All my teammates were just gone. My parents were just like, oh, you drank again? Okay, we'll ignore you for a bit to make you feel bad. And then I ended up having to fly my dad out to Hawaii. Yeah. Well, that's it. Alcohol is this fast forward button where you stop caring about other people at first, And actually, no, I never stopped caring about other people. I never did, even when I was drunk. That's why I don't get angry. It's like, well, I don't want to ruin your night. Can I just go be sick or gross in a corner? Like, you just shove me off, but leave me in a safe place. Oh, and that was it. Like, it just... Ugh. So, Hawaii. After the seven-day hospital, like, my parents ignored me the first 4 days. Even though, like, I never got aggressive with my texts or, like, demanding. I got anxious. The anxiety, the bugs under the skin feeling, especially if you're, like, going through DTs and stuff like that. I don't know how... Oh, are you heading out? Okay. Yeah, I'm not disappointed at all. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's it. I want to post, like, a highlights thing in case people can't stay the whole time. I just wanted to kind of get it out there so that I can do more, but then you can watch it live if you want. But, yeah, I had to fly my dad out to Hawaii because they weren't going to pay for it. And, oh, also, one thing. When I was working for the college, like, I talked about the physical and emotional trauma. The financial trauma is that my dad, in, like, the last 2.5 semesters of my sister's college, just didn't do his taxes. Just didn't do them. So that disqualified her. Oh, you really didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And, like, thank you. Well, you can do that without a gift, too. But I do really appreciate it. But, yeah, so he just didn't do his taxes, so that disqualified her from any financial aid. And then she was just... he put it on me. Absolutely. Like, I want more picture. He put it on me as if him not doing his taxes was my problem. It's like, well, do you want your sister to still go to college? It's like, do you, dumbass? So, like, he just didn't do them because he had that choice. But then I didn't want to see my sister drop out of college for no reason. And, like, I'm glad I did it for her story. But it was probably $6,000 a semester. And, like, I was working full time. I had savings and stuff at that point. I was starting to invest. But soon all of the money I would have had to invest was just gone. Because my dad couldn't do his taxes. And how does that cripple somebody that, like, is just starting out in a job? Like, imagine your stock portfolio. Yeah, I'm going to have all this extra money. Let's invest and do fun things. Oh, I have to not do that anymore. And honestly, I have Bitcoin. And right now, I'm not destitute by any means. I have, like, about 1.5 years of money. That's how I'm using my time now. I have 1.5 years of money, and I have that much time to make more. Just to extend that clock. But it just completely sidetracked everything I wanted to do. Because I have made, like, when I invested in Bitcoin, it was back at, I think I bought it 4,200, and at one point it was over, like, 60K each. And you want to know the I mean, now it's back down to, like, 30K, but that's still, like, 4,200 to 30K. And, like, I still have those Bitcoin, and that's what my years of money are coming from. But, like, I probably would have my own house now. My dad not doing his taxes took a house away from me. Or whatever, because I don't even know if I wanted a house. It's too much stuff to do.
Well,
I want a room.
Options.
But yeah, he took away options. When I needed options because I wasn't able to find them out on my own. Oh, and thank you for the roses. I don't want to miss gifts. Oh. And so there, and that's the financial split, because that ended up being like $24,000. And instead of like the 5-6-fold return, he was doing 6% interest, as if he was giving me a deal. Yeah. Anyways, so after Hawaii, he comes, picks me up, and they just throw me in rehab, because what else do you do with an addict you don't care about? And it was this disgusting place. Don't go to rehab in North Dakota. Or Minnesota. Like, I don't know what southern Minnesota's like. Half the staff don't care. Like, have this superiority complex. Like, half the staff do actually care. But about 80% of the addicts are there for court mandates, and it's like, find, if you do have to, I know it's a very niche group I'm telling this to, but if you do end up having to, like, just find the good ones, or find one good one. The more people you try to trust in there, because they're hurting too. Like, I don't judge them for being like dishonest. They're just not done with their addiction yet. But yeah, so a month at this place, I go out for a weekend, and I go right back to alcohol. And so I did another month there, which was just great. But that time, I was just like, no, living at rehab was not good for me. Because the classes and stuff were great. It was a social atmosphere. There was no dishonesty, because we were all just kind of chatting about our history. The dishonesty came when we were back in the apartments and crap. So there was a version where I could stay at home and then just drive to the rehab. And that one went perfectly. Like, I told my parents it would in the first place. But they didn't trust it, because you got to stay there to get the full effect, right? They just wanted to punish me. And that's another thing. I've never, like, financially taken stuff from them. Like, okay, maybe when I was 12, I took my mom's credit card for McDonald's or something. I don't know. But as an adult, I've never done anything to harm my parents. But they act like I'm this huge monster because of just all the bad news they get. It's like, well, I'm sorry my life isn't perfect. I'm sorry that's offensive to you. And then they wouldn't do anything to help me fix it. It was like, no, that's your job. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So after that rehab, I made it 6 months, and I dated this chick who ended up cheating on me. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Mika. I ended up meeting this girl who ended up cheating on me with her roommate's boyfriend, which that whole situation just blew my mind. But somehow during that relationship, she got me to pay for a $1,900 car repair, because I thought we were going to be together a lot longer. Right up until the day she came over. Yeah, nope, not working, bye. And I find out later that she cheated. So it's like, okay, well, thanks for ending it at least. But after that, I actually found a wedding DJ company that big sis. Big sis. I found a wedding DJ company that I loved. Like, I did not get a score under 5 out of 5 on anybody that sent a review back in, just because it's like the empath in me knows how to DJ. Like, I don't know, but it was just like, I'm so sick of, I would study DJing at home. Like, this is a part-time job. Just like, I'm working maybe 1 or 2 weddings a weekend. Like, I've done about like 30 to 36 weddings. But I would actually practice on my DJ. Like, I have a full DJ set. And I would just practice because it's like, oh, I got this heavy metal wedding coming up? Okay, well, I'm going to find you a good playlist then. Like, I wouldn't just plug it into Spotify. Like, I guess I never really got into, like, the mixing and, like, the songs together, but I'd time it well. But, yeah. And then I went through a bad patch there, missed the wedding, and the job that I learned to love was just gone again. Because I was passionate about that job. I loved that job. And then, after that, it was just like month after month after month after month of applying, nobody responding, me not reaching out to anybody because I didn't have anybody to reach out to, and then I'd fight it as long as I could, which ended up usually being a month, and these weren't like small relapses either. Like, it was 5, 7, like, nothing was as bad as Hawaii, but every one of them I was in the hospital at least. Like, I was taking myself to the hospital, so I wasn't going to, because when I try to sober up, it was like, no, I still have things to do, I just don't know what that thing is yet. And by that time, it was already too late, so I'd, like, needed medical assistance, and it was like, I was just kind of, I was done with this planet, but not done at the same time, if that makes sense. But it's been like years of that. And then I found a new girlfriend. Like, I moved up to Grand Forks, and this entire time I'm just focusing on me. Like, I found a couple like waiter jobs and stuff, but my main focus is I like video games and I like music. And that's what I do all day. Like, that's why I'm good at guitar. I spent all of this time out just doing the things that made me happy. And that's it. Like, I'm not gonna reset my time, because I want to count the time I've been fighting. I want to count the time I've been, like, instead of saying sober for, what is it, 5.5, 6 years now? I've been struggling with recovery for 6 years, because that's when I wanted to quit. Yeah, first rehab is when I wanted to quit. And then, yeah. So I just kind of did the things I loved. I met this new girlfriend who, again, was very, like, she grew up in a narcissistic household too. So we were almost trying to people please each other. And you can only imagine how that worked. It didn't. Ended up where we would do some narcissistic things to each other, like, unknowingly almost. Like, she had this rule where it was like, if you drink even a drop, don't come home. Because we lived together at this point. Don't come home. I don't want the kids around that. Like, she had kids. And it's like, what are you expecting the alcoholic from TV, or are you expecting me? Like, I just need a bed and I'll shut up. The kids won't even know I'm here. But having me in that house, like, it was very important for her to take away my safe space. Like, and that is, like, the most rejection I've ever felt. Hey, just kind of share my story. It's pretty heavy, so this is not one of the. Or I'm trying to make it a little happier, but it's not the happiest live you'll find if you're not looking for that vibe today. But good to see you, Rip Van. Or was that Rip Van Bottle or Rip Van Winkle? Did you change your name? Anyways, oh, good to see it. Okay. But yeah, so I dated this girl, and it's like I don't really hold ill will because she was in the same spot I was with my people pleasing, where she didn't understand how she was doing harmful things. In the same sense I didn't really. Like I don't know. It's just weird. But like now it's like I just don't even want to date anybody because I need to figure out who I am. Like that's why I said, like, if you saw my bio when it said happily single, it's like I don't really want anybody that's gonna, like, I don't want the emotional crap. Like, I guess I guess I still like the physical stuff, but the emotional stuff is just something I'm not ready for. And
especially when you hike.
I mean, it's slippery out there, guys. It's slippery out there. Everybody falls every now and then. But that's it. Like, the person I am friends with now, it's all above board. We know that. We are just like saying, yes, we're open to dating other people, and it's not an exclusive thing, and we're fine with that. So it was nice to, like, I don't think I've ever set boundaries in a relationship. Ever. I don't see the need for them in a real relationship, but then that's the thing. Like, if you're not telling them what hurts you, they're not gonna know. They can't, like, nobody's that good at reading people. But then it's like, I'm good at reading people. I don't know. It's so frustrating. Anyways. Where was I?
Back then, you didn't know that you needed boundaries. You're just getting to the point where you're understanding yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no way you could explain yourself to them at the time either.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good. I'm sharing my story. It's kind of a story about addiction, mental trauma, and I guess if I can use the term, woke up 4 months ago. That's when everything, like, I worked in therapy for the last, like, I haven't been in therapy for the last 6 months, but I just, like, figured it out. It's not really drama. I'm just hanging out. I guess, yeah, it's like I woke up to who I am instead of who others want me to be. So it's nice to meet you. I'm kind of a baby. But yeah, like I've just been a people pleaser my whole life, and I couldn't stand it, and that's why I started TikTok, because when I couldn't rely on anybody, when I don't, like, I lost everybody in real life, so it's like I just kind of want to have people see my world. That's why it's like I want to do video game streaming and all the stuff that I did, because I spent 600 hours in, like, a Lord of the Rings game. I spent another 300 in a Star Wars game. And, like, I still have all that stuff, and it's kind of cool to see. But, yeah, ever since then, it's just kind of been clear. It's like I can post something that I consider funny, and even if my friends and family don't consider it to be funny, who cares? I don't. Like, their boundaries for my humor, their boundaries for saying what I can and can't say don't affect me, or they don't need to. Because I I respect boundaries when I respect the person. Like, otherwise, if you put a boundary in my face, I'm just walking the other way if I don't respect you. Like, I don't even care to test that boundary because I don't want anything to do with you. But, like, if I respect you, it's like, sure, tell me exactly what you need. I'm there for that. Because that's all I wanted. And I never found it. Well, I guess until now. But, yeah, it's, yeah, and it's tough. It's like, even on here, you don't really know how to... Jinx, or I owe you a soda, right? I'll get it to you next time we see each other. We get to be friends forever now. But that's it. It's like, I don't... Yeah. Where was I going with that, Brandy? Are you listening? That's World.
I definitely am. You've been doing amazing at keeping the story going, but I just want you to know that as something that you and I have talked about before, you know, the way that a lot of us are being quote unquote broken or not what society deems as normal is half the reason why we have met our people here. Is because all of us have been looking for that home, for that acceptance, for that safe space. And we're all looking basically for the same thing, to be loved as who we are.
Yeah.
You know?
Because that's all I want. Like, I don't need to fit in somebody else's box. I just want to find boxes that are similar to mine and kind of hang out with them for a while. I want to find a comfortable neighborhood of boxes and just never... I don't have to deal with the rest of the world because I don't... Yeah, that's it. It's like everybody wants to just kind of get in and find a way to take your money, especially with like capitalism stuff. Like, I appreciate that. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Actually, yeah, if you're responding to this, I'll come visit you anytime. Like, or I guess I don't recognize the name. I'll make a note to like visit your box though. Because yeah, if anybody responds to this, I definitely kind of want to chat with them. But oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see. I have the dirtiest mind ever, but I knew exactly what you meant. In the context, it meant exactly what you wanted it to. And that's I don't flirt with people on here. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's like I just physically cringe when anybody is like complimenting looks and, oh, your shirt looks so tight and like, can't you just... I want to figure out what your hobbies are. Like, I want to see if we can be friends. That's it. That's all I want to know.
Having a conversation.
Yeah, can we have an intelligent conversation? Can you carry a tune? Like, I want to meet other musicians. Do you like gaming? Do you like, I guess, I don't know if I said thanks for the rose, but thank you, Tank. That's what I want to hear. That's all I've wanted to know about people, and that's... Oh, I've noticed that. Well, see, that's mine too, though. But it's all, like, we just kind of mess around and kind of, especially at Grumplepuss's, I'll just sit in their chat, and if they say a joke, I'll just try to make the joke better with my chat comment. Like, I don't do the laugh emojis. Like, I do in, like, chats like these and stuff, where I want people to know my response. But, like, if I'm adding to the joke, it's like, I want Grumple to know that I am being clever and I know it. So, like, if they, so it's kind of cool. Oh, hey, Adrian. How you doing? Just kind of chatting. Well, and that's it. Like, you know, maybe I'll find a connection on here where it just is right. But I only have a sign-up sheet for friends as of right now. So, yeah, I went through a rough patch. You missed the bulk of the history, but my addiction came out again. But I'm back. I'm sober, and I'm I'm as good as ever. So, yeah. I love our group. I love that we just kind of bounce off of each other. And that's the cool thing here. Like, if you're clever, we can brainstorm. Like, I still have my computer science degree. I still have MBA. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, that's it. I want to do lives like that. So it's like, you know, if you just kind of want randomness, because I do different things every day. I'm the most interesting person I know. Nobody else knows them, though.
I think Hobbs does.
What was that?
Hobbs thinks you're interesting.
Oh, Hobbs is... Where's Hobbs? Hobbsy, come here, bud. Come here. Oh, he's napping in my guitar case, actually.
It's so stinking cute.
Yo. Here's the celebrity of the channel.
Yo, the big boy.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm saying my biography. And I got him in Fargo from a shelter. I was fostering I fostered one cat before him. But then it just clicked. Kind of like what I want with... Like, I just want to know it's right. Because I've had to try so hard in every relationship, and I'm done. I'm done. Not that I won't do chores and stuff, but it's like... Relationships aren't supposed to be hard. Like, if you're not building each other up, who's tearing you down? Like, which one is tearing the other down? Well, I'll be around. I guess I don't know. I don't really travel. I don't leave my apartment much. The world is scary. But cats. I love cats. And that's why I like Hobbs. I don't have to guess what his end game is, because usually it's food. He's a one...
Puppies more than people, too. They just want food and snuggles, and they're happy.
Exactly. And I think that's why people identify with cats on here. It's like, being a person is too hard. So they see cats and it's like, well, yes, of course, that's the life I want. I don't want to do all this crap that other people are telling me to do. I just want to be a cat now.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we have spent our lives trying to, like you said, fit into other people's boxes. And when you come to the realization that that is not our goal in life, we are who we are for a reason. And that if you don't fit in someone's box, you're not meant for them. And I think that's why a lot of us on here click, is because we're not trying to mold ourselves to be somebody that you need or somebody that you want in your life. We're our authentic selves, and it works.
Yeah. Well, and that's it. I only go into boxes. Like, I'll check out the place first, but I'll only really, like, go in a box if I'm ready to be funny. I'll go into Grumples or, like, a funny live like that. But, like, if I'm just kind of chilling and chatting, I want that space to be comfortable enough for me to just fall asleep and I'd be fine. I'd feel fine, because honestly, when you do enter a box, like, you're connecting your safe space with somebody else's. It's like your living rooms are digitally just getting dragged right next to each other. And it's awesome. But yeah, like, I don't like demands, and that's the same thing. Like, I appreciate invites. Too many is just way too many. But I need people that can respect when I don't respond to invites and not think it's that I dislike them, because my thoughts don't change unless you give me a reason to change them. Like, I get that's another thing. Like, once I make my mind up on a person, it's just there until you prove me wrong.
Right.
But that prove me wrong thing can be as little as ordering me around in the wrong way, or completely trying to get me to drive an hour and a half to Minneapolis and turn around in shame because he lets or whatever. And he planned the timing like that. I know that. And I haven't even shared the text that he sent me before I got there. So, anyways. So, yeah. I guess new subject, Brandy. Can you think of one?
Well, I think that you kind of minimize the whole, like, you were talking about how, like, if someone orders me around in the wrong way, you respond poorly. But let's be honest. I mean, it's like a PTSD response. It's a trauma trigger for you. And I don't think that it should be downplayed. It should be a part of your story and something that people know, and take that respectfully as part of who you are.
Oh. Exactly. Well, and thank you for coming in. Yeah, if they can't take it respectfully, or if they come on demanding why I haven't gotten an AC unit yet, and I physically cringe, that cringe is my trauma response. Like, Mika even, like, hopped over to my chat and said something. It's like, I guess if you know me, that's the response you're going to get when I'm just triggered.
Right.
Because I've had 31 years of that, and I'm ready to be done with it. And yeah, it's not, again, not in a hateful way. It's just like, stop.
I mean, that's how I feel about the situation. I tell you to stop. If you don't stop, I'm going to make sure you don't have the opportunity to continue.
Yeah. Well, that I guess I don't want the conversation to get redundant, or if it is getting redundant, maybe we can just be done. But I guess I can do a Q&A. I've kind of run out of things because we're all pretty much caught up now.
Do you feel that you have gotten enough of the story out to be satisfied? There was a lot of glossing over, especially in the beginning, as like quick context. Was it something that you wanted to delve into deeper, or do you think that you're good with what you've said?
I think I'm good with what I've said because I've already spent 2 years in therapy working through that trauma.
Okay.
Like, I'm not coming here for help. I'm coming here to make a difference.
Yeah.
And if you watched my first video, the first video I ever uploaded, it'll tell you exactly what I wanted by starting my account. Because it was just like, I just want enough to live and have my cat do well and help every alcoholic that wants a voice like mine to get an account. Start talking. Oh, thank you for the squishy, Sarah.
So someone that's going through something similar to what you are, or has a similar background to you, what would you want them to take away with them from this conversation?
I guess try to start taking notice of things that make you uncomfortable. Like, I hate conversations that there could ever be an awkward pause. Like, that's the one thing that I recognized in Minneapolis. Like, all four of us were hanging out the entire day. I didn't notice any awkwardness. Like, it was just like, squirrel mom, squirrel. Like, because all of us were just, I guess, find what coping mechanisms work for you. And even if you don't have a diagnosis yet, try them. Who cares? You're exploring your own brain. Who's gonna tell you that you're wrong for, like, you know, I might have this, so I'm gonna, like, I'm not diagnosed with autism, but I might have it. So until I get that diagnosis, I'm not just gonna pretend to be normal. Like, how's that helping? because some of the coping mechanisms I've learned are already working.
Right.
Like, and if that's not just like I don't know. And I think I don't think, like, obviously there are probably some people that are not truthful on this app.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I don't think the large part of the movement is actually false at all. It's people reaching out for help, finding similar people to bounce ideas off, because when we work together, that's our brains are even more powerful.
Absolutely.
Like, imagine having a team of people behind you where it's like everybody's building a business and you're just sitting there like, yes, okay, you need an idea today, let's get you one. And then we just imagine your own think tank. Because I don't need to worry about what you're going to do with my idea, because I gave it to you. I don't need to own my idea. I can help your business with any of my, and that's what I want to do. It's like MBA, computer science, minor in math. I don't know how that's going to help. But it's like, if you want any expertise on marketing, business, or if you see a way I can improve my channel, let me know. Because that's it. Like, I want to get more professional with my videos. I want to turn this into something where I can build a safe place in my channel, and in a healthy way for me, help everybody that needs it. And it's not just like me gifting back or me expecting gifts. I just want, I don't know, I want to share ideas. So, like, find people that you identify with and just, exactly. And that's like, I don't want anything from anybody here. I guess, unless you got a great idea, let me know. But that's why I joined. Like, and I think this is why TikTok is awesome, because this feels just like a weight off my shoulders. Like, I was sharing my humor and my music, and like, that stuff's good, but how do you know I'm not just gonna leave you when I'm, like, even Neil, I think on one of my videos, don't forget us when you're rich. It's like, Neil, what? I'm still gonna come see you every, like, Tuesday, because I just enjoy you. You've already impressed me. We're friends now. You're good. Like, that's the persona I want to present to the platform. Like, I guess I've been going through my follower list and, like, trying to get out some people that, like, I've never even met and stuff like that. But, like, I just don't have an interest in forgetting about people, because why would I, if I do climb the ladder and, like, kind of get a bigger account, why would I want to, like, forget all the people that helped me up when I needed it? It's like somebody gives you a helping hand and then you just shoo them away when they need one. That's kind of how I felt. Like, my dad, with this idea that I've had, like, I feel like I can build at least something here, because I'm working 80-hour weeks. Like, I'm joking some of the time, but that's because I want my humor to get out there too. So, like, even when I'm in joking channels, it's like, I just want to share me, because I feel like I am clever. I don't know. This all feels so pompous, though.
No, not at all. I mean, when I started my channel, like,
I'm
the
getting
only
sweaty.
thing I shared was my cooking, simply because I was like, oh, that's all I could do, until it was like, oh, well, I guess people actually like who I am, so I guess I can share a little bit of that too. You know, and it's nice to just be able to be yourself. You're not playing a character. You're not having a shtick. It's not a job. It's just existing, and existing with other people, and other people enjoy who you are and what you do, regardless of what aspect of you they're getting.
Well, exactly. And that's why on this app, I don't want to flirt at all, because once you start flirting on this app, it taints that to where, like, well, are you trying to hit on me, or are you really just interested in how much Lord of the Rings stuff I know, because I know a lot. I know a lot.
That's so funny.
It's, yeah, I just want, I want to be the person I wanted.
Understood.
The person I wanted and needed when everybody forgot me. Because I forgot myself. And that's another thing. Like, your first relationship needs to be with yourself. That's the whole thing. That's it. And that's why they say you need to love yourself before you get in a relationship. If you don't love yourself, you're going to let somebody stomp all over you. I did.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's a valuable lesson for everybody here. You know, even on TikTok, you have to be careful. People will say they love you, and then when you need them, they're nowhere to be found. Like, you have to love yourself first and do what's in your best interest first and know who you are first, because then you know the type of people you need.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So I guess the way I started using this app 4 months ago is find the coping mechanisms that work for you and just start applying them. Like, who cares if you don't have a diagnosis yet, or if it helps, it helps. And just build yourself up to the point, like, I'm still not fully healed at all. This last week is a testament to that. But I feel like every second I spend on this app just socializing and sharing with other people is building me up even more and more and more. Like, because like when I first came in the app, like everybody was like, oh, Crazy Black. Oh, that's a gross name. And it's like, nah, my brother's a helicopter pilot. Do you want to wait for the explanation, or do you want to assume what my name means? Because I've had this name as my gamer tag for 20 years now. Like, my brother came up with it, but it was on the family Xbox, and he went to college.
I saw the name and loved it immediately.
Well, and that's it. That's why I almost don't want to change it at all, because people that will judge me for it aren't my people.
Right.
Like, if that's what goes through your mind, like, what else are you going to accuse me of before you've even asked my opinion?
Absolutely. It's like a filter.
Yeah. So, and that's, be as weird as you want to be, because I think it plays into like the law of attraction. Or I guess I don't fully understand that, but it's like, if you just are yourself, you're gonna attract other people exactly like you. So like, instead of trying to entertain on the app, don't try to entertain an audience, entertain yourself, because then your audience is just going, like, now I see Divine in Grumple's chat. It's like my friends, like, I don't even remember if I invited her, but she's there, she's hilarious. And it, like, just being able to hop in all of these safe places where I have like at least one friend, it's awesome. Oh, thank you, Noe. I appreciate you. Like, that's the community thing too. It's like, be who you want to be, and your people will find you. Because that's, like, I couldn't sleep last night, and I joined some boxes, and that's what people told me. And that's actually why I'm sharing today, instead of a concert. Because I was just going to do music again. Yeah, well, I'm honored to be called your friend too. Like, the loyalty here. There's no loyalty anymore. It's all loyalty to money. Okay, how much money can this person make me? Blah, 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 blah. Or how much money can I make off this person? That's what I want to stop. I think that's what's the worst part of society right now. Everybody's racing to the top, and there's so many people at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't realize is that we're all running the same race. The finish line is exactly the same. It doesn't matter what you do during the race. The finish line is exactly the same. Yep. Why try and push in front of somebody or push somebody down? We're all
thank you, Angie.
Up, exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, that's why I kind of wanted to turn my story into. I hope the music helped the vibe, because it's my happy music. But it's like I didn't want to come on here and give some sob story like, I relapsed. Nah, it happened. I'm over it, and I'm back. Like that's the person I want to be, so that's the person I am being. I could have a pity party for myself or something, and that's like, if you don't have a successful life, it's so easy to blame yourself, but in reality, it's like it was just like an idea that didn't pan out. It's not a bad thing. It's just maybe you need to recalculate some stuff and get some cool lighting. Like I should bring my DJ lights in here. I have the full-on like rainbow ones that like spin and stuff. But actually, that's one thing. My executive dysfunction, if anybody knows what that is.
Absolutely.
There's a reason you only ever see my ceiling. So, it's, yeah. But, I can't even tell you the last time I checked my mail. Like, I'm scared of bills.
We do share a brain, because the other day I had a plan to go and take care of some loans, which requires me adulting and going to 2 different banks. But I had forgotten that August was our car tag month. And by the time I had adulted and paid our car tags, I was so anxious for, money reasons that I was like, yeah, I can't do any more adulting. Like, I have to do it little by little, because the anxiety it causes is just so severe.
This is a lot of feels, but like I like the positivity feels. It's nice, and that so much of my anxiety came from money too, because it seemed like everybody just wanted mine, and now that I need it, now that since 2017, I've worked as a waiter, a DJ, and a GameStop employee. Actually, that's where I got a lot of my gamer stuff. I was at GameStop for like 4 months until I relapsed and they fired me. But I don't know. The anxiety for money keeps people from living. Because the more anxious you are about bills and finances and stuff, the less time you actually just get to go sit on a beach. Yeah, well, it's lots of adulting, but I don't know. The world was created by selfish people. And I think it's almost that we need to realize that we need to be selfish now. But in a helpful way. Like, does that make sense? I don't know.
I mean, absolutely. It's like the basic saying, you can't help other people, or you can't fill someone else's cup unless your cup is full, Yeah.
Well, be selfish when you need to, but like not in a poor me way. Like, and that's why, like, even with my situation, I don't want big gifts from you guys. Like, I don't want that. Like, that's why I don't battle, other than the weird, awkward interactions you have with strangers. Like, I don't want to drain the people I know that can't be. Well, it's not, but it's like, I just want to be clever enough before my money runs out that I didn't have to ask anybody. So that's the goal. And it's like, I have a year and a half to do it. So I don't know. That's the dream, anyways. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you.
Well, we're honored to be here. Thank you for asking me to come up here and help you with this.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. Like, I pretty much said all I wanted.